Hey guys, Paul here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Park Meadows Mall in Lone Tree, Colorado again with a new Tesla Model Y 2025 Tesla Model Y refresh. Before we begin, I have to give a huge thank you for a Tesla team here at Park Meadows Mall's showroom for letting me film this earlier before they opened the store. So in today's video, I will finally have a chance to compare side by side between this new Tesla Model Y and this current Tesla Model Y. And in this video, I'll compare from the exterior of the car, front and rear, inside, every single angles possible that I can compare between the new Model Y and the current Model Y. Also, all the technology outside the car and the interior of the car. So at the end of the video, we'll see if it's worth it for some of you to upgrade from your current Model Y to the brand new Tesla Model Y. I'm sure there are a lot of consideration to change or upgrade the car. So hopefully this video help you make that decision. Now, let's go. So let's start the comparison with the exterior of the new Tesla Model Y first. Let's first start with the front end of the new Tesla Model Y. The most obvious part of the car is this really cool front light bar. So this is the LED daytime running light. It's not the actual headlight of the car. The actual headlights of the car are the one just right below it. It's right here, and this one right here. Let me show you a closer look. As you can see here, this is the LED light bar on the top, and the headlight is just underneath and right inside, right over here. And it is actually higher than the accent or the LED lights on the bottom of the current Model Y. Let's focus on the new Model Y first. So that is the beautiful light bar, really cool, similar to what we see on the Tesla Cybertruck, of course, and also the Cybercab that we saw earlier. And it also has a built-in turn signal lights just right at the end of both sides of the light bar, as you can see right here. And it has this side arrow on the bumper. I'm glad that Tesla brought back to the new Model Y, because the new Model 3 Highland do not have that function anymore, or that feature anymore. That's what it looks like when the headlights of the new Tesla Model Y operates. That's the current Tesla Model Y headlights and the new one. As you can see, the light bars are not the headlights. They're just daytime running light, and the headlights are just below the light bar. And the lower front grille is actually somewhat really similar to the current Model Y. A big difference here is a front forward camera just right on top of the vent or the grille right here, and just below the light bar right in the middle. So that is the huge difference, because it will help so much with FSD and autopilot and also self-park, because the current 3 cameras up there always have difficult time calculate the distance between the front of the car and the object in front of the car. This camera will eliminate the issue right now. Now let's go to a front bumper or front exterior of the current Model Y. As you can see, the big difference here are the headlights. So this is the daytime running light for the current Tesla Model Y, and the headlight just right below the daytime running light. I believe both cars has a metric headlights equally the same. They will definitely improve in the future for the functionality, and the front end shape of the front ends are totally different. As you can see, this is the front end of the current Tesla Model Y and the front end of the new Model Y. Huge difference in design wise. Now let me show you a side-by-side comparisons between the two. Check out the lower feature of the front end. So it still have really similar shape right here, but this is not headlights of the current Model Y, and the side arrow, it's a lot smaller because Tesla has to move this part for the new Model Y up, as you can see here. So I have to move up closer to the top because this is the headlight features. So this part, it's a lot longer and a lot bigger. So hopefully that helps with the aerodynamic of the car. So there's still a lower wheel to radiate the heat from the battery right here. But as you can see, there's no front forward camera on the current Model Y, and the whole lower part, it's the same color as the bumper, but the whole lower part of the new Model Y is actually blacked with that black contrast and matte finish plastic. I kind of like the contrast, really similar to the new Model 3 Highland Performance. Love the look of the new Model Y. Now let's go, let's check out the side profile a little bit here, because as most people can tell, because of that light bar made the front end quite lower than the current Model Y. So this is the new Model Y front end side profile with the new arrow wheel, and this is the current Model Y front end side profile with the current arrow wheel. Here's side-by-side comparison between two cars. As you can see, the new Model Y has that slope shapes right here. So the start of the front end goes up here. It's a little lower than the current Model Y, so that definitely helped with aerodynamic. And of course, the big difference here are the new arrow wheels, the 19-inch arrow wheels. Let's see the tire side. They should be the same though. Let me find it. So the tire side is 255 45 R19. Check out the tire size of the current Model Y here. As you can see, it's actually the same, 255 45 R19. So they are exactly the same size wheels, but entirely different wheels, because this one seems to be a lot lighter than the ongoing one. Since we are on the side of the car, let's check out the side silhouette profile of the car. So this is the furthest I can go to see the side silhouette. So I'll just move a little bit here so we can see, starting from the front to the middle of the car. So this is the new Model Y, and then we'll go to the rear. So the middle part, really similar, if not exact the same. I'm pretty sure it is exact the same. So let's check out the current Model Y here with the beautiful silver. So this is the side. Let me move to the front. As you can see, really similar. Only this part is different, but as you can see, the middle parts, it's really similar, if not the same. So the two front and rear doors are basically identical, and the rears are really similar too. If you don't look at actual rear of the car, you see the side profile, show you again, really similar. Even that little ducktail at the end, I'm sure they keep the shape really similar, because they want to keep the aerodynamic of the current model and even try to improve the aerodynamic of the new Tesla Model Y. Oh, one more thing that is different is the side view mirror, as you can see. So it has this arrow cut right here on the side view mirror, and I don't see much on here, only this part. But the current Model Y do not have that, and it seems like the new Model Y side view mirror, it looks bigger, but it's not. It's actually the same size from here and here. And the fender camera still the same position as the current Model Y, as you can see. And closer look at the arrow wheel on a current Model Y, as you can see here. So this is the latest version of current Model Y with a black 19-inch wheel cover, Gemini wheel covers. And this is a new 19-inch Tesla Model Y with the wheel covers on. So something different here, because this is actually the alloy wheel itself. So the cover only covers partially, so it exposes the actual alloy wheel and then the cover, and then the cover alloy wheels you can see. But current Model Y actually covers the whole wheels of the car, but still expose the rim of the wheel, so you still have a chance to scratch it. Let's check out what's underneath the arrow wheels of the new Tesla Model Y, and then we'll go to the current Model Y. So the new Tesla Model Y arrow wheel, this is 19-inch arrow wheels that equipped with the standard car. The covers are partially covers, not the whole thing. So you can pop it open from here. So you just do one by one, like so. A little tight here, maybe with the tools might be easier. And then when all of them comes out, you grab a hold, two of them, and pop them open. As you can see, the cover is actually not the whole wheels. It's partially covered to increase the aerodynamic of the car, to block the air not going into this big hole between the spokes. So on the inside, you can see a 5 spokes, really cool, nice black 5 spokes. All you need is a center cap cover to covers here, and now you have a beautiful 5-spoke, 19-inch 5 spokes for your Tesla Model Y. Now let's check out the current Model Y. Here's the wheel covers of the current Model Y, which I think looks pretty cool, but the new one looks a lot cooler, but it covers the whole rims of the car. So you pull it towards yourself like so on each side. It comes out pretty easy too. As you can see, totally different designs. This one has 6 spokes design with a big cutout. So the same purpose here, to block all of these big cutouts, so it increases the aerodynamic on the side of the car when you drive. So when you put it back in, same thing. Just aim for right here for the cutout for the valve stem, and then pop it back in. Same thing on the new Model Y wheel covers. Aim for the cutout for the valve stem, and then pop them back in. It's really easy to install and uninstall for the wheel covers. Looks totally different though. Now check out another huge difference between the new Model Y and the current Model Y. So this is the new Tesla Model Y refresh with a entirely different rear tail light. So let's take a closer look here. So the actual shape of the side of the tail light is still really similar to the current Model Y. You can see here, they still keep that iconic Tesla tail light shape, but eliminate this part out. So they have this shape still the same. So you can see from far behind, even though it's a new car, but you still can tell it's a Tesla. So I love that they keep that part and they elongated this part. So they were able to do this because the actual tail light attached to the hatch, not to the car. But the current Model Y tail light is partially attached. So let me open the trunk. As you can see, half of it attached with the trunk and another half attached with the car. I'll show you when I open the trunk of the new Model Y. As you can see, the whole tail light of the car actually attached to the hatch, and because of that, they created these lights right inside. So when you open, this will appear. So when you park, let's say on the side of the road, people still can see your car. That is really cool. And let me close the. So it still has, of course, the power trunk of the car. Now let's compare side by side. I think the best feature of the new Model Y taillight is this long light bar across from left to right. It's actually, the light is not appear on the back of the car. It reflected down from the top, as you can see. So the actual light bar is underneath here, and it reflected to these materials with like a texture on it and a Tesla spell out logo. So it's no longer emblem, Tesla emblem, like the old Model Y. And so this way, let's say if it's snow outside, snow comes down, it won't cover the light bar here. So it still appears even it covers the car, the whole car covers with snow, which is really good function there. And this is a current Model Y, the middle part of the tail light. You still have the Tesla emblem just right in the middle. Still, I love, compare to the new Model Y, love that light bar in the back. Now in the rear here is a lot more different than you think. Now let's take a closer look of the rear diffuser, the lower part of the bumper. It's a big difference here from the current Model Y and this new Model Y. As you can see, it's more pronounced and actually comes out a little bit more from the body of the car here, as you can see, and the whole shapes is different. It's much more aggressive, which is really cool. And this is the bottom side of it. I'm sure the aerodynamic must be improved from changing this feature in the rear diffuser. And here's your rear diffuser of the current Tesla Model Y. Less aggressive, less pronounced. It comes out from the body just a tad bit, like a few millimeters, like quarter of inch. But that new Model Y comes out like an inch and a half at least, I believe. So this is the bottom side of the rear diffuser. I think one last thing that is different from the current Model Y on the new Model Y here is the rear window here. As you can see, it has totally different shapes, more angular shape, and the rear hatch itself now 3 pieces. So 1, 2, I mean the top part, 3 instead of 1 piece like a current Model Y has. Let me show you. This is the current Model Y. As you can see, it's one single piece from down here to here and on this side, and the rear window is also different in shape, as you can see. So I think the reason Tesla changed on the new Model Y is that, let's say if you have an accident on here on the rear end, top ducktail rear end of the car, but not here, you have to replace the whole thing on the current Model Y. But now you can just replace this piece right here, and this piece, the 2 pieces still stays on the C pillar of the car. I think it's really cool and really smart. And you have the rear camera. It's a little higher than the ongoing Model Y. Here's the rear camera on the ongoing Model Y. Actually, it's off to the left of the logo. So this should be the center of the car, and the camera is off to the left. But the camera on the new Model Y is actually dead center, as you can see, just right in the middle of the letter S, and should be right in the middle of the car. The more I look at the rear design of the new Model Y, I think the more I like it, and it's a lot more aggressive, both the taillights and also the rear diffuser. I believe we saw everything for the exterior of the new Model Y and the current Model Y. Now let's check out the interior of the new Model Y. Same door handles, same way to open the door, just like so. And this is the interior. Before we start on the inside, let's start on the door panel first. So this is the door panels of the new Model Y. As you can see, I can't really tell until today how much different they are. So this one really similar from what I can tell. From this part on up, really similar. This one's same actually, only this part on, from here on to here. So you have that accent ambient light on the door panel and the panel here with the cloth material. So you have this suede, really nice suede material on this part of the door, and vegan leather on the top. And something different here is extra speaker. So one extra speaker on the door panel, I'll show you on the current Model Y, and you still have that speaker here, of course, and the speaker down here. Now let's check out the door panel of the current Model Y. A big difference here, of course, on the top part, you still have similar like a vegan suede material down here, but this one no longer has the ambient light in the car. So it has this wooden material, which a lot of people not a big fan of, including myself. So I usually just cover it with either suede or carbon fiber, and it has this silver trim just underneath the wood. Another different thing is the button to open the door here. So this is a smaller button to open the door on the current Model Y. This is the button to open the door on the new Model Y. First, the rest of the door panels should be really similar on the bottom here. What's missing is, of course, that extra speaker, because the new launch edition Tesla Model Y has 16 speakers, I believe. The current Model Y long range and upper level has 14 speakers. So you have only two on the door panel. Go to the inside. Before we do that, because it's launch series, so you have these door seals with launch series badge right here. Let's start from the seat of the new Tesla Model Y. As you can see here, the shape of the seat is entirely different from the current Model Y. I believe as I sit on it last time, should be exact the same seat as you get on the new Model 3 Highland. It has a little bit better support here. The bottom part should be the same. The huge difference here though is the perforated part of the seat. So the middle part of the seat, as you can see from here on to this part of the seat is perforated because the new Model Y has similar function as the new Model 3 Highland has, which is heated and cool seat. So the perforated part let the cool air blow out from the function underneath the seat. I love the new seat. I kind of like the current seat already, but this one just improved everything altogether. Now, since we are in the interior of the car, might as well test out the seat comfort of the car. The seat comfort is really similar to the current Model Y. I feel like you have a little bit more space in the back area right here, but you have a little bit better support on the side. Let's check out the current Model Y. Comfort of the current Model Y. I can actually feel it, that this part is actually narrow on the current Model Y. So for a bigger person, bigger than me, will be more comfortable in the new Model Y. And the support here, really similar, but it feels like the new one has better side support on your side body. So you drive, let's say you drive the car on the track, so that will hug your body a little bit better than the current ongoing Model Y. Now let's go to the steering wheel. But before we go to the steering wheel here, let's check out the stock. So finally, Tesla brought back a turning stock on the new Model Y because they took away from the current Model 3 Highland. Now they brought it back, but stock only has the turn signal function. It does not have the windshield wiper or the windshield spray functions, so it only does the turn signal, which you can see. Now let's check out the steering wheel. Here is the steering wheel of the new Tesla Model Y. Really similar shape to the new Tesla Model 3 Highland, and pretty much the buttons are similar. only different things here is that you no longer have to reach here for the turn signal. Instead, now you have a windshield wiper spray and the light control. You still have this control buttons here on the left and the right side, and you have a camera function here, also a voice command here. And since there's no more right stop for gear shifting or autopilot activation, you have to activate autopilot with the buttons right here. But the overall shape of the steering wheel is really similar to, if not the same, to the new Model 3 Highland. Now let's check out the steering wheel of the current Model Y. It's the steering wheel of the current Model Y. Of course, you have both side stocks, left and right. The right side for the gear shifting and autopilot activation, and a multifunction on the left side. You don't have any button on the steering wheel's extra button, I mean. So you have two main control buttons on the left and right, and everything else the same, but the entire shape of the steering wheels is different. The design is different. The new one doesn't have the emblem anymore. They try to get rid of that emblem. I don't see anywhere in the car, and then they changed to that spell out Tesla instead. The steering wheel, let's check out the dashboard of the car. Of course, the huge difference here is the dashboard, but you still have the speaker right in the front. You can see right here. I don't remember how many speakers up here, but I can ask later. But you have the full speaker in the front, so it actually bounce to make that nice acoustic sound to the front glass or the windshield. But you have this beautiful accent ambient light in the front, and the dashboard is just right here with the air vent right on the bottom of the dashboard part. So the launch series have this vegan sweat material. Is really nice. I love this material better than the cloth that they had on the Model 3 Highland, and this silver trim really similar to that bottom rear tail light where it reflected to the light bar. Here's the dashboard of your current Model Y. Really similar shape, as you can see here. That's curved, and you still have, of course, the speaker. So that speaker position carry on to the new Model Y. Current Model Y doesn't have a different piece on the top. Instead, it has this wooden piece on the bottom of the air vent. So as you can see, the air vent is all across right here. So it's digitally adjustable through your main display, just like the new Model Y and the current Model Y. But you have this whole wooden material dashboard across with, of course, no ambient light in the current Model Y. Let's see the details of the new Tesla Model Y main display. If you don't compare side by side, there's no way you can tell the difference. Only different is the edges, the black edges around the display. As you can see, it's actually thinner than the current Model Y. So it made the actual display bigger, but the overall frame size of the display stays the same, and you have all the UI is pretty much the same, but you have a few extra functions here on the new Tesla Model Y. So if you go into lock menu, as you can see, you can select hand-free trunk. So if you select hand-free trunk with your phone in your pocket and you coming closer to the rear of the car, the trunk will open by itself when you have a lot of stuff on your hands. So this is really convenient. That's the current Model Y doesn't have. Also, of course, lights function. Now you have the accent ambient lights that you can change to any colors you like. Very cool function. A lot of people love this, and Tesla usually listen to their current owner about the features in the car, because in the previous years, a lot of Tesla owners add their own ambient light in, of course, current Model Y and Model 3, because it looks so much cooler with the accent ambient light. Now they actually added from the factory, which is really awesome. One more thing is different before I move on to the center console is the glove box. You can see the glove box is really similar to The Model 3 Highland now it's magnetic. You can see it pops right in, so it has these magnetic pads right here, two sides. To attach it, it doesn't have any kind of mechanical lock anymore. And here's the main display of the current Model Y. As you can see, really similar in size, almost the same. I think it is the same. The edges around it actually thinner on the new Tesla Model Y. The UIs really, they are the same. Only extra that the new Model Y has is the gear shifter on the left hand side of the display. You still have all the functions same here, but of course extra function in the new Model Y because of the hardware difference in the new Model Y compared to the current Model Y. So let's go through the center console of the new Model Y. As you can see here, it still has that two wireless charging pads for two phones, and since this is a launch series, so you have a spell out launch series emblem right in the middle, and it seems wider than the current Model Y. I think they just take the whole center console from the Model 3 Highland onto the new Model Y, which is really nice. I love the color accents here. You have hidden cup holder when you don't need it, just close and then open when you need it. But missing here is the USB-C port. Used to have two USB-C port here, now no longer there. It has a 12-volt socket instead. So one 12-volt socket in the middle part, and it seems deeper actually than the current Model Y. But you have one USB-C port underneath and in the back underneath the armrest right here. So instead of two in the front, now you only have one in the back here. I was hoping that Tesla could bring back the two USB-C port, but they actually use the same center console, so they don't have to change anything. Just take it from the new Model 3 Highland. And same here, it seems like a little wider on the armrest, so it's more comfortable for both passenger and driver to put their arm right here on the long road trip. And here's the center console of the current Model Y. As you can see, of course, the two wireless chargers for your phone on the top, and then the cup holder right in the middle exposed. You cannot close this one, but you can open this part right here. So this is the part that's better than the new Model Y, is that it has two USB-C port. As you can see right there, two USB-C port here and here. But the current Model Y has a one USB-C port in under the armrest. You have still two cup holder and the armrest right here. So inside the armrest of the current Model Y is actually a little bit smaller than the new Model Y, as you can see, and you have a 12-volt socket now inside the armrest instead of in the front like the new one. So the 12-volt socket, sure, I can see it right there, as you can see, and the whole entire center console of the new Model Y is actually a little bit wider than the current Model Y. Before we move on to the next things, let's check out that projected light from the door. This is a launch series, so you have that special launch series logo projected on the floor. And I'm not sure it's gonna be a regular pedal lights for the normal Model Y, or it's gonna be a Tesla logo. Hopefully it's Tesla logo, would be cool. Now let's see the details on the back seat. Before we go to the back seat, let's check out the rear door first. Similar here, really similar to the current Model Y rear door, but this part is actually different, and of course bigger. A button here so you don't miss it when you try to open the door, so you have the accent light all the way to the rear of the car. This is the rear door of the current Model Y. Of course, you don't have the ambient light or accent lighting here, the smaller buttons for the door opener, and the same speaker on the door. This is the improvement on the sound deadening. As you can see, the rear window also double pane, and the front side windows too. As you can see, double pane on the new car. This is the side window of the current Model Y. As you can see, a single pane, and the current Model Y has double pane in the front. Check out the seat, but before we actually get in, I can see buttons that the current Model Y don't have. Is the power seat button. So now the rear seat has power adjustment on the backrest of the seat. You cannot move up and down, but you can adjust the backrest. As you can see here, let me show you. So you press, you can adjust the backrest by pressing the button, and then you press deeper, then the whole seat will fold, and you press harder, like press and hold, then the whole thing will unfold. So you have a power fold and unfold from the passenger back here. So the passenger can adjust and fold the seat themselves. Very, very cool. So this is entirely new compared to the current Model Y. As you can see here, the current Model Y do not have any power adjustment on the rear seat, but you do have the adjustment manually up here. So you can still adjust your seat. You can see, adjust to, I think only to level 1 here, and then push it back 2. So 1 and back. So you only have 2 level adjustment here, and then push it back there. And you can of course use this button to fold it, as you can see, but it doesn't have the power unfold, so you have to unfold the seat yourself. Now let's check out the seat itself. Really similar to the current Model Y seat, but of course it has this perforated on the seat. But as I tested the first time I saw this Model Y, it does not have a cool function, so it only has the heated function on the seat. Similar design, but it's different. So check it out on the current Model Y. So the headrest a little different, and you have the armrest down here and the cup holder, 2 cup holders, same as the current one, and another seat here. So you still have the same. So you can fold it down, split 60-40, or you can do just the middle one right here down, and then keep the 2 on, like so. And this is the current Model Y back seat. As you can see, it has the heated function, same as the new Model Y, but it's not perforated. So I think they only did the perforations to match this to the front seat. But the headrest is really similar, just more angular on the new Model Y. You still also have armrests with the same 2 cup holders, and you can also do the same thing here, fold the middle part down. You still have 2 seats, left and right sitting, so you can have a longer object in cargo space all the way out here. Let's check out the new tech in the new Model Y. Here, it's huge difference here is that you have the rear display with the air vent right here. I'm not sure you can see it. Let me try to get the flashlight so you can see a lot better. So you can see there. So you got the rear air vent on the bottom of the display, and you get a display similar or the same display as you see on the Model 3 Highland, and the display can do many things, including adjusting your seat. Let me show you. First, the display can control the rear climate control, and you can adjust where the air vent gonna blow in the middle, side, up and down, or you can adjust it this way too, and you can turn on and off the climate control by yourself in the rear. And the seat adjustment, so you can control the front passenger seat if no one's sitting there though. So your rear passenger can have more leg room when no one's sitting in the front. Same here, you can adjust back and forth to the whole seat backrest and the seat adjusted together. And you can also adjust the backrest of the rear seat using the screen, as you can see. So I'm pressing the screen here, and the rear seat will adjust. Press again, it will adjust. As you can see, very, very cool. So instead of reaching down here, which is it's reachable, your finger can still go through this space, but you can do it on the display too. Not only adjusting the backrest, you can fold and unfold on each side. So let's say you're sitting here, you want to fold this seat down so you can put stuff on here. You can just press the button and then the whole seat will fold. Same thing, press another button and then the whole seat will unfold. A very cool extra function that I didn't see in the Tesla Model 3 Highland. So the next thing here to adjust the audio, so simple, play and pause. And then something new to the Model Y, of course, that you see in the Model 3 Highland is the entertainment. So now you can watch movies or series on Netflix, YouTube, Twitch, Hulu in the back of your Tesla Model Y. So when you have a long road trip, now you can have your kids watching the TV from back here and also play games. Very cool. All the games that you have in the front, you now can play in the back here. Of course, you have games you want to control to controllers. You can connect to a Bluetooth controller and play it from the back of your back seat, which is really cool. So that will help occupy your back seat passenger or your kids. And one more thing before I forget, you can also adjust the sound from back here. So this is the main audio sound of the car. And before I move on, let's check out the rear storage in the back seat. So this one actually, I think it's worse than the current Model Y. I don't really like this. It doesn't hold a lot of things, and it has like a cutout here, so you put small things in here, it will just fall off this way. Same on this side, you can see there, and it's tight space. Not much you can put here other than like I don't know, photos, papers maybe, but the storage here is pretty much the same. Love the accent lighting though. And here's the climate control in the back of your current Model Y. As you can see here, everything manual here, no display, no screen, but you still have USB-C ports, just like the new Model Y, 2 USB-C ports, and you can adjust the air vent manually. There's no seat control or seat adjustment from here. That's all it does. So it's 2 ports and then the air vent. So that's a huge difference for the rear passenger on the new and current Model Y. But I like this storage space in the back of the seat better. It holds things in here without having a small cutout here, so you can put stuff in here better than the one that they changed. And before I forget, the new Model Y has this emergency button, the same as the old one, but it has a gear selector, optional gear selector up here in case the display doesn't work, so you can select and change the gear from up here. And of course it still has this beautiful huge glass roof right here, but it's different shape. As you can see, this shape cut in on the inside of the glass roof, so a little smaller, only this part though, for the new Model Y. Here's the glass roof of the current Model Y. As you can see, this part open all the way straight. It doesn't have that cut in anymore for the rear brake in the middle for the back of the car. Now we finished checking out all the interior. Let's check out all the cargo spaces, of course the front trunk and the rear trunk. Let me open the front trunk first. The shape of the front trunk itself is entirely different, as you can see, because of the light bar. Now it's more angular here. You can't open the whole way, and I wish it was a power front trunk just like Tesla Cybertruck, but it's still manual front trunk. So you have really similar space. We'll compare it to the current ongoing Model Y. But one thing that I like that they moved is this, the wiper fluid refill or cap. So you can just open it right here. It's easier to refill, easier to maintenance and stuff. Up here, the space down here really similar. One thing changed. Now you have a drain plug. As you can see, you can unscrew it, open and drain the water in here. So now in the new Tesla Model Y, you can actually put the ice and your drinks in here, so it acts as, you know, the big cooler for your camping or your party. Let's check out the Korean Model Y. Here's the front trunk of the Korean Model Y. It seems a little wider on these sides right here. So it looks like the new Model Y actually deeper here. Let me show you this angle. This is the current one. It's the new Model Y. So it seems a little deeper than the current ongoing Model Y. Of course, it doesn't have a drain plug here. Still have the buttons to close or emergency opening buttons here. Of course, the windshield wiper fluid up here, so it's easier, much easier for them to relocate it down here to maintain the car. Don't forget, actually the front trunk or the front close easier on the new Model Y than the current one. I can use my one hand and that's it, close. Remember, they always tell you to use two hands to close this front trunk. See? You need more effort into this, but that one's a lot easier to close. Before we check out the cargo space in the back, I forgot to mention one thing, is where the license plate is. Now it relocated down over here on the rear diffuser or the rear bumper instead of here. Check out the current Model Y. You can see the license plate just right below the line on the tail light and right below the camera right here. So I kind of like that better. A lot of people like this better, but for me, I like this. It's so much cleaner on the rear now. You don't have that license plate block the design in the middle. Super clean. Love the design. Now let's open the cargo space in the back. So just right below where the camera is, that's the button for you. And it's of course the power tailgate, a power rear hatch, just like the current Model Y. But as I mentioned before, the whole taillight moved with the hatch. And let's check out the cargo space. I believe it's the same size cargo space as the current Model Y. The big difference here is that, as I mentioned before, when we check out the rear interior of the rear seat, that you can have power fold and unfold. So you have a button here to do both things. So press one, you can see it will fold down. And not only it's fold down, let me show you real quick. As you can see, the front seat moves slowly to let the space in and move back, actually move back for you too. Pretty cool. Same thing here, when you unfold it, the front seat moves and move back by itself. That is awesome. There you go. Here it's on the current Model Y. It doesn't move for you. So when the front seat is way too back, then it starts, which means you have to go all the way to the front to adjust the seat to fold the seat down. So you have both power fold and unfold for the rear second row seat, which is really, really cool. One more cool thing in the back here, you cannot see from here, but as soon as I open up this sub trunk, finally Tesla came out with the solution to storage your privacy cover for the back here. So you can just easily take it out and put this privacy cover up there, and when you're done, fold it down and then put it underneath and close your sub trunk. You still have that two sides storage space, really deep on the side here, really deep here, of course, and the sub trunk is pretty much similar in terms of cargo space. And you still have this is something that I'm glad that Tesla did not change, is a power outlet. So you have 12-volt outlets in the back here. So in the future, I still can use a sub-trunk refrigerator, future sub-trunk refrigerator for the new Model Y, or I can, use that power for maybe a power sunshade for the glass roof. You never know. So I'm glad they stick around with that sub-trunk outlet in the back, and of course you still have a tiny space on the top part of the cargo area. Very, very nice. Let's check out the current Model Y. Here is the cargo space on the current Model Y. I believe it is pretty much really similar, if not the same. You have a power fold. You can see you pull a power fold for you. Let me try again. There you go. Pull a little harder, then power fold for you. But what it doesn't do is, of course, power unfold. So you have to manually go there and unfold the seat. And of course, the front seat doesn't move for you if you see it's a little stuck there. So if the front passenger or front driver seat is way back here, it will stuck a little bit. So you have to power unfold, manually unfold this one. It's a little heavy for the kids to unfold. Now, the current Model Y, of course, has optional cargo cover or privacy cover, but there's nowhere to store it. As you can see, the sub trunk here. It's really similar size, but you cannot store like cargo covers back here. I wish they have storage when I had my car, because I have no idea where my cargo cover at right now. In somewhere in my house, it's lost. So you have that really big space left and right, and also, of course, the outlets on the side here. So as far as interior quality wise, I think it's a huge improvement compared to the current Model Y interior. I think it feels a lot sturdier. You don't feel a lot of movement or squeaky noise when you drive. I don't know, but at the moment when I touch and then put my hand on things, it feels a lot more sturdier. Can't wait to test drive the car, see the power of the car, feel the noise, and then of course upgrade sound system with 16 speakers. Let me know in the comment down below what you think about the new Tesla Model Y compared to the current Tesla Model Y. Do you think it's worth it to upgrade, or maybe consider the discount inventory current Tesla Model Y over the new Tesla Model Y? And I think for me, if you do not have any Model Y yet, I would definitely go for a new one. And if you already have a Model Y, I might consider getting a new one too, because there are a lot of changes more than you think, both exterior, interior, and the whole technology package of the new Tesla Model Y. Thank you so much guys for watching today's video, and again, big thank you to Tesla team here at Park Meadow Malls in Lone Tree, Colorado for letting me film this video. Don't forget to click like if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome contents like this. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.